What's up? What's up? What's up, people? Listen, happy Saturday. I'm gonna let y'all take y'all time to come get up in here. Um, as a rule of thumb, I say whenever people are coming in the room, definitely let me know where you're from, just because you never know. People might be able to like be in the same spot. They want to connect. It's all about networking. So we do this thing called conversations with me. There's a lot of times I'm on YouTube. I'm definitely giving lessons, but we don't get a chance to talk and ask questions. So I'm having this moment so we can talk and we can ask questions, whether it be questions about the industry, whether it be questions about guitar stuff, whether it be questions about, I don't know, practice routines, trying to figure out how to get out of a rut, all types of stuff. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Yesterday I was working on this groove by the Beatles called Yesterday. So what I do is I have this what's up, good morning, good morning. I have this D'Angelo like drum loop, right? And I use it to try to create different vibes. That's how I try to, on my own practice routine, I'm always trying to create like different kind of vibes off the drums. So this is what the drums sound like. All right, it's just that old school like D'Angelo kind of drums. This is on our Kerry's camp. This is on Kerry's camp. Do you emphasize a lot of learning? I don't teach the cage system. I teach the number system. So no, I don't emphasize a lot of that. Good morning. Like I was saying before, I got a drum loop I had a long time ago, but what I do is I challenge myself to try to create different vibes using the same kind of drum loop. So this is the drum loop, the D'Angelo drums. Much love from Sydney, right? And so yesterday I was like, this is Beatle tune. Okay, what are 3 things that would suggest practicing daily for a beginner? You need to learn, as a beginner, you definitely need to learn how to hold the guitar, get comfortable with the guitar. You need to practice scales. I would also get familiar with knowing like how to play like Roll Tide all day, J Bill. Playing scales, playing chords, and then working on your timing. Indy is back in the house. That's what's up. Be more in the house. That's what's up. What's up? Y'all know it's college game day. Listen, Bama is playing today. I'm super hyped. So we got the Bama gear out, letting the people know we representing. I don't know if I can see my shirt. Still rolling. All right. But as I was saying before, are there common strumming patterns for common strumming patterns? I don't know. Arpeggiations is really kind of cool for R&B, but J Bill, stop. We're not losing, bro. But common strumming patterns, I wouldn't say there's common strumming patterns. It just depends on the nature of the song, how the song goes, arpeggiation, stuff like that. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Cool. Is circular fifths important to know? I don't think that it is, but it's knowledge. You know, like I mean, all knowledge is good when used and properly placed. St. Louis is in the house. That's what's up. But if you do or don't know circular fifths, it's not going to stop you from getting a gig. I'll say that. But it's good information to have. It's just about the application if you got to apply it the right kind of way. So, but as I was saying before, I was just answering a whole bunch of questions. I started creating this groove using D'Angelo drums, but then I was like, yo, let me take this Beatles tune called Yesterday and let me create this vibe. So I started working on the bass line to kind of make it feel like it was, funky. Have you started going back to on the road gigs? I've done 1 gig on the road. Then I've done a virtual show. But as far as gigging back on the road, no, it hasn't been like that. Learning a lot from your videos. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Good morning from Mississippi. So this is the vibe. This is the groove. This is the groove. Is it important? How important is the natural number system? It is extremely important. It's going to make relatable music. It's going to make music more relatable for you, and it can be able to communicate when people throw up certain signs or certain numbers, and you know exactly what they're talking about. Adequate practice time. Can you give some tips? Adequate practice time is until you feel like you got it. There's no, if you do 30 minutes a day, you're going to be great. That's not how it works. You got to set aside time every day. You got to spend every day with your instrument as much as you possibly can. But, time and life happens, so you're not able to spend as much time as you would possibly want. But you have to do what you can do. What do you think about when you're playing shapes, patterns, fret numbers, notes, names. Jason, it's a conglomerate of all of those. Like I think about all those different things, but after a while you start to kind of know and you're able to visualize and see things a different way. So I don't have to think so much. I get to just play from the feeling. Can you teach it in a day? Can I teach what in a day? See Rambo. I don't know what you're saying. Much appreciated from Dallas, Texas. That's what's up. Your fender neck is tight, or is that custom glossing? I don't know. I've had this guitar for a while, so I don't know. I don't want to say it's custom. It says, tell us more about the triad movement. If you want to know more about the triad movement, you should definitely go to kerryscamp.com. I have courses that are set aside specifically for that. So the number system, can you learn it in a day? If you apply yourself, you can learn the principles and the foundation. You just got to remember. It's you can learn it, but it's about the memorization and then recalling it back when you have to. Good morning from Philly. That's what's up. Is there any way we can watch the video with Jules the Wolf? Yeah, Matthew, if you become a member of Kerry's Camp, it's available in the section that says Kerry's Corner. So you can watch that. If you become a member of Kerry's Camp, he's definitely accessible to you. What are your favorite scales to go to when soloing and Roll Tide? For sure, Roll Tide. My favorite scale to go to, I won't say favorite scale. I like to play the melody. So whatever the song is, I play the melody. But let's say if I'm having a brain fart, then I like to dig into the pentatonic scale, the relative minor, the relative six, the sixth of whatever major scale that I'm in. Roll Tide, Paul, Roll Tide. All right. Who was the last guitar player that impressed you? The last guitar player that impressed me? That's such a I would say, honestly, I mean, Jubu always impresses me, but like, there's something about when Jubu Smith plays, so I would say it would have to be him. My teacher plays rock and country, and I want to play R&B. Should I change teachers? Yeah, you got to go to the well where you can get the kind of water that you want from. You can't, go to a specific well that does like country music and rock and try to force somebody to teach you R&B when they don't know those principles. So yeah, I would definitely say, seeing Rambo, you need to go to somebody that can teach you R&B. Go to kerryscamp.com, check it out. Camp with a K. Learn so much for you by listening. You appreciate it. What exercises do you do for your grip? It just depends. So I practice, like, you don't want to choke the guitar, but you want to have a good grasp of the guitar. So whatever you're doing, you want to practice like you're holding, you have control of it. That's what I practice on specifically for my grip. Do you play any other instruments? Yeah, I play bass. You can hear me right now. So I play bass, specifically for studio stuff only, but I play bass. What do you suggest I do after I've accomplished chord changes quickly without messing up notes? It just depends, can you do it consistently? Do you know a song? Have you learned a song? So if you can do that consistently, then learn the song and then practice. And then can you do a riff while you're doing that? So it's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do in order to keep adding to that pile so that way you're just as knowledgeable and as fluid and as perfect of a guitar player as you possibly can be. What would you do to learn a new style you're not familiar with? Really listen to the genre, understand the genre, and try to be as authentic to the genre as possible. So when I started to play pop, I could not do R&B chords on a pop gig. It just did not work. It was not, even though the chords may have been in C major, but it was not a C major 7. So I had to learn how to play the chords that were specific. So you got to really start listening to it and then trusting your ears and not just playing what you're comfortable with, but playing what's necessary in the song. So I started learning riffs. Do you recommend learning all the scales A through G? Yeah, it's important to know all of the scales so that like we play in a different key. Let's say we play in B flat, you know how to play in B flat. Let's say we play in E flat, you know how to play in E flat. So you want to be as versed as possible in all of your scales so you know. Now, I'm not saying you got to know where you can just recall it off of your memory, but you got to know it well enough that the guitar's in your hand, you know how to play it. What are the best ways to learn how to using your thumb and playing the chords? Richard, I would suggest that you just got to practice doing it. There's no other better way than besides doing it. Are your lessons in a group or a solo session? All the lessons are specifically to you. So you go to Kerry's Camp and then you, as the individual, get the chance to dictate what you want to learn. So it's all based upon you. Now on every first Thursdays, usually we do a live Q&A. That's something that's a little different, but that's in a group setting. Only practice once a week. Will hand exercise help me? I'm not able to play. It says, I only practice once a week. Will hand exercises help me? I'm not able to play. Reggie, honestly, I don't know. I can't make that assessment for you because I don't know what level you're at. So I could say yay, and then like it may not help you. So like if you need to spend more time with the instrument, then maybe you might have to increase it to 2 times a week. I don't know. I play keys. It says, how can this help me to pick up the acoustic guitar? Because you already have an ear for music. So if you hear a C major chord, then you already know how to, okay, C major chord compare with this particular chord, a D minor 7. D minor 7 I can go from C major to D minor 7 to A. So you have a general knowledge of music already. So take the knowledge that you already have when it comes to piano and apply that to guitar. It says how can we develop our own playing style characteristics? Listen to the people that you like and just pick and choose what you want and then kind of fuse it together to form your own kind of situation. Any thoughts on P90 pickups? I love them when they're in the right instrument. And it depends on who makes the P90s. So every P90 is not the same. They're not all on the same playing field. So you just got to find which one works the best for you. Jason, if you're looking for a real good P90, Lambertone makes one. Lambertone makes a really good P90 that I love. Do you have any thoughts on the site, Electric Guitar? I've never been on the site, Paul, so I don't have any feedback about the site because I've never been on the site. Hollow bodies, yes or no, and why? It depends on the type of hollow body because some hollow bodies have a lot of feedback, so that's why I would say no. Are there any books you can recommend? I don't know of any books, so I can't really tell you because I mean, some of that stuff is like dated, so I can't really tell you to go use these books because some of the stuff is really dated. In keys, I practice everything in circles and fours. Can you do that with a guitar? Yes, you can do that with a guitar. Sorry, autocorrect. In your opinion, what is the best way to learn to connect the major scale patterns? Is you have to continue to keep repeating them. If you do them over and over again, you'll learn. Sire guitars. I've never played them. Western Colorado, what's up in the house? It says, can you pick rhythm better in certain songs? I'm working on Love Theory and I can't quite pick up what the instrument is holding the rhythm. I haven't heard that song, so but yeah, is Love Theory, is that a Kirk Franklin song? But yeah, certain songs are probably easier to assess, like the rhythm, like if you listen to the rhythm that's in Yearning, it's definitely a lot easier probably to pick that up on. Yeah, Love Theory, yeah, there's a rhythm in there, and there's a, matter of fact, this is what we'll do. Yeah, you can pick up on the rhythm of the song. This is what we'll do, Love Theory. I'll listen to it real quick. Kirk Franklin. I go back and make sure I get this. All right, Kerry, Charlie from the UK, Ireland. What's up? Any tips on how to build grip strength for bar chords? Yeah, there's like these hand tools that you can use, like instruments you can squeeze that'll help with your hand strength. Back in the day, before I got the little tools, I used to use a racket ball and squeeze that really quickly to kind of strengthen my hand. Have you ever been a dirt cheap musician at all? Have you ever been to dirt cheap music in Atlanta? No, I haven't. Can you make a tutorial on Love TKL? I'll add it to the list. What are your thoughts on PRS acoustic guitars? I don't think, in my opinion, I like PRS acoustic guitar. I like Taylor. I like Gibsons. Those are like the kind of like brands that I like. Lorenzo from Jamaica, that's what's up. Thanks. Okay, let's listen to this Love Theory. That's the rhythm. You can feel the rhythm. That's the rhythm. It's right there. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's it. Like you feel that rhythm in like already. 1, you know, that it's that bounce. So you got to count and then feel the chord. You're hearing the chord changes. Like that's that whole situation. Yeah, the rhythm is right in there. You feel that bounce. Ding, 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 ding. That's where that rhythm's gonna come in. That's where you have to duplicate that. You have to make it feel that same kind of way. Kurt Franklin's songs always got that rhythm in it. So as a guitarist, if you're not comfortable with that, that's the area that you got to work on. You got to make that. You got to create that bounce in there. You know what I'm saying? Ding, ding, ding. It's in there. It's in the track. It's definitely in there. Let's go, Bama. That's what's up. What's up? What's up? Martin guitar. Why not Martin guitars? The reason why I don't necessarily care for Martin guitars, I don't like the neck shape, the neck profile in my hands does not feel good. So it's just not for me. Now, other people can make them sound great. Just for me, just is not the playability of the instrument is just not what I like. It says you were saying that your site, you pick and choose what you learn. If you're a beginner, what would you say is the best path? So if you're a beginner, what we do is we have roadmaps for beginner, intermediate, and also for advanced. And you use that roadmap to kind of help guide you along the path in order to get you to where you want to be at in your journey as like learning as a guitar player. How much is Kerry's camp? If you want to know that, then what you need to do is email support@kerrytosmooth.com. What's the craziest concert you've ever been to? I've ever been to? I mean, I think for me, when I saw Justin Timberlake live, I think that was the arrangements and like just the overall musicianship and just the overall show packaging. I think that was probably one of the craziest concerts I've ever been to. Oaktown, what's up? What's up? Botswana in the house. Okay, cool, cool. What is the definition of an advanced player? An advanced player is not somebody who's spent like years with the instrument. An advanced player is a person who has a great grasp of knowledge on the instrument. They know plenty of scales. They know how to hear a song, play the song, can tell you what song they're doing. It can be able to vibe, can be able to solo, be able to play around it. You just have an overall knowledge and application of the instrument. Who's your favorite guitarist? John Jubu Smith is probably one of my favorite guitarists. Eric Walls, Tim Stewart, Mark Lettieri, myself, Agape, Jerry, J-Mo. I mean, there's a whole myriad of like favorite guitar players. What's the best way to learn all the notes on the guitar? Because I know that I'm missing. All right, so if you want to learn all the notes on the guitar, take 3 frets at a time, create a note card, and start to learn 3 strings at a time. That's what I would tell you. I spent too long learning tabs. That's fantastic advice. Sweet. I've been playing for 14 years, and I'm only starting to understand what I'm playing. Learn the major scale, pentatonic scale, triads. Sometimes, Charlie, even though you spend a lot of time, it's just having those aha moments, but having somebody to really kind of show you to really make it a lot easier and accessible for you to understand. That's what it's all about. So how do you feel about 3 fingers per string, starting on the E string as a root? What suggestions do you have to learn all the scale positions, all the positions for a scale? You have to go get you a teacher that can show you. That's what my suggestion is. In Kerry's camp, we have plenty of exercises that will help you learn the different positions of different scales. So that's what I would suggest. Also, if you're brand new to this channel, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and click the bell to be notified. Hi, my name is Kerry Too Smooth. I've been playing guitar for well over 20 years. I played with the likes of Kurt Franklin, Tori Kelly. I played with Tyrese. I played with the Black Eyed Peas before. I played with Melanie Fiona, Chrisette Michelle Ledisi, Ty Dolla $ign, 2 Chainz. I know I'm forgetting somebody, but I've played for a long time. So what I do is I'm sharing information because I'm at a place in my life and in my career where I just want to really give back and teach people how to play guitar. I'm not doing this because I'm trying to be like, oh, I'm the guy, and then you guys should just listen to me. But I also wanted to just say that so the way I could establish my credibility with you guys so you know exactly who you're talking to and who you're listening to. A lot of these principles that I'm teaching you, if not all of these principles that I'm teaching you, I use the same ones and I've been using them for years to play on stages for like, I've just gone down the list and I'm for different kind of records that I've played for, different kind of writing sessions, different kind of all types of stuff, and teaching guitars literally all over the world. I've been doing that for a very long time. So I'm not saying that to be like, oh, I'm the man, blah, blah, blah. I'm just doing that to establish my credibility with you so you'll know exactly who you're listening to, who you're watching, and who's talking. Let's go back. I know I missed a few questions. I'm a beginner, so what should I focus on first? There's a lot of things you should focus on. I would learn how to hold the instrument and be comfortable with the instrument. I would learn how to play and form a chord, how to do a scale. There's a lot of stuff. You don't gloss over anything when you're learning, like really learning. Don't just say, oh, I know how to do it once or twice and that's it. You really got to know it. Let's see what else. SoCal in the house. What a beat, Bama, this shit, bro. Stop, man. Listen, when I was in China, I think it was like 2016. You guys played us, and we beat the brakes off y'all. Then, man, come on. SoCal is not at the same level as Bama. We're not even the same conference, same conversation. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I need y'all help, man. I need y'all help to get to 100K, yo. 100,000 subscribers. I need y'all help. So go get your friends, your auntie and them, your sister, whoever, and just have them to subscribe, bro. I need your help. So can y'all please help me out? As a birthday present, it was my birthday on the 17th. So I need y'all to help me out for my birthday. Can y'all do that for my birthday, man? Like, can that be my birthday present from y'all? Can y'all do that? Also, can we get a merry-go-round tutorial music soul child? Man, y'all be asking so crazy. I'll add it to the list, man. The list is crazy long though, so it just takes time. What are some qualities of a good guitarist? Dependable, stays in tune, stays on time, plays on time, has a good grasp and knowledge of the guitar, can hear a song, can play along with any kind of band, knows how to assert themselves, not to overplay and compete with the singer. Those are some good qualities. Portland in the house. Happy belated, appreciate it. Man, that was 9 days ago. You're stretching the birthday. Begging? Charlie, it's my birthday the whole month, bro. Like, if you Black, you understand that. So like, we celebrate our whole birthday the whole month. It doesn't matter if my birthday was in January. If I ask y'all to do something, I'm just asking you to do something. It's from the kindness of my heart, bro. You know what I mean? Yo, just want to say thank you for what you've been doing and playing on and off for years, and really have been into how you break down the song, popular songs, man. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Cool. So before I get out of here, as a treat, I'm gonna show y'all how we could take a song like Yesterday by the Beatles, just the hook part, and I believe in yesterday, and then make it have a little soul, a little sauce in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you how to do that. Advice when you're hitting a plateau. Listen to a different genre of music. Like, I know as an R&B guitarist, I reached a plateau plenty of times in my career. So I'll find myself listening to singer-songwriter music, to pop music, even sometimes the gospel, and I'm inspired. Like, I'll hear various things and I'll be like, oh, I want to learn how to play that. So listening to different genres, you may have to go through like 4 or 5 songs, maybe even 10 songs before you find that one song that triggers you to make you feel like you want to do something. Do that. Give yourself some grace, because we all do it. Doesn't matter if you've been playing for 2 years, you've been playing for 15, 20. We all have different plateaus throughout our career. So it happens to everybody. So give yourself some grace. Thank you. It says, how do you decide what are you thinking about using the major 7s versus the major 9 chords. 7s are usually in most songs, 9s are not in most songs. So I have to listen to the voicing and understand the voicing of what's happening in the progression before I just decide to just throw it out. Any advice on learning from home? Be disciplined. That's because you're at home, you're in your comfortable space, you just might say like, whatever, just be disciplined. If you want to use your right hand for shapes and your left for strumming, I'm a beginner and come from playing keys. So yeah, if you're right-handed, then yeah, your right hand will be strumming, your left hand will be the shape chords. That's what it'll be. Just purchased like 5 different mix sets of picks from Dunlop and was looking at Axe and Rambo. I've never played that. I play a Fender Medium. That's what I play. How do you practice to become a much better musician? It's discipline. So you have to set aside and create a schedule for the discipline, whether it be like, I'm going to practice scales today for an hour. Then I'm going to come back maybe the next half of the hour, I'm going to work on chords. If I'm having transition, whatever that you're weak in, whatever area that you're weak in, if you're weak in transitioning between chords, I'm weak in trying to hear something and be able to kind of figure out what key I'm in and be able to play the progression. There's different areas that you want to focus in on. That's such a wide range of a question that I have to see you play to really be able to assess and be like, oh, you should work on these things. These are the things, areas that you're not as strong as possible. Any social media advice, getting and keeping followers when you post? So Matthew, consistency. That's the biggest thing about social media is consistency and quality of content. It doesn't mean you have to overproduce it, but that means that like it has to be, listen, it's got to be pleasing to the ear. It can't just be like some hot whatever. You got to really take your time and put your best work out there. Or if you say that, oh, this is me practicing, be honest in the caption, like, yo, excuse the mistakes, this is me practicing. But consistency is how you're going to build it. When is the next Kerry's Corner? I have to reach out to a couple people because how it works is I got to work off of their schedule. So I'll reach out to a couple people, see what their schedule is, and then we'll do it that way. What did you practice as a beginner? When I was a beginner, I wanted to play in church. So I practiced the chords that were necessary to play in church. And I wasn't very good, but I practiced what was necessary to play in church. And then as the last Kerry's Corner we had with Ben O'Neill, if you want to playing in church helps you out tremendously as a guitar player. I had to sweat it out. So I would just play what I knew. And then it wasn't good, but people took their time and were patient with me, especially keyboard players. I started gravitating more towards keyboard players and sitting with them to help show me what kind of chords I should be making. Do you know some light electric guitars? Any cheap? I said I have a problem with the back. My electric guitar is. I mean, if you can get you like a nice Strat, a nice Mexican Strat could be cool, or a Strat-like guitar that doesn't cost much, that feels good. How are musicians? It says, how are musicians on your paid versus session musicians? How are musicians paid? You talking about live versus session? So what happens is usually, well, it depends on what level you're at. So if you're at a local level, they usually pay you after a gig. Same with some session musicians. Sometimes they have an invoice and they'll pay you later, or it's just, there's a whole lot of different kind of levels of how that works. If you're playing for a major artist, you have to do an invoice and you're not gonna get paid directly after the show. You'll have a set rate or whatever it is, you get per diem. There's a whole lot of different things that go into how that works. If that was how you asked the question, I don't know if I answered it correctly, depending on what you did. How do you approach speed picking, and is it good for soloing? Reggie, my honest opinion, no. I don't know why people try to feel like you got to do 30,000 notes. Have the conversation. If you ever seen Jubal do a solo with Frankie Beverly and Mays, he literally takes his time. Take the time, have the conversation. You don't want to speed through everything. So speed is not everything. Clarity of the notes is everything. Are you going to do any more lick challenges in Kerry's camp anytime soon? Walter, I do not know. That's a great question. You know what? I'll add it to the list, but I can't tell you if I am or not because I'm really not sure. Are you ever going to do a review on multiple effect board? I believe it's Elon Campbell. If you go to my kerryscamp.com, I have a lot of different reviews on pedal boards and all-in-ones So that's a great resource that you can use if you want to try to figure out more information or find more information about that. I'm trying to learn major scale on a single string, but I get lost when I'm changing keys and it feels like I'm losing myself. How should I approach it? So Andre, what I would tell you to do is practice it and learn it in one specific key but learn the spacing, realize the spacing that you're using and apply that same principle in a different key. So it's like you're taking all of the patterns that you did in one key, going to the next key and plugging them in so that way you're able to do the same thing. I want to put a band together. What's your advice? Paul, I would tell you this. Number one, if you're going to have to financially pay for everybody, you're going to have to find people that are like-minded, people that want to rehearse. You're going to have to be flexible because people work and you have to find their schedules depending on if they work or not. You have to find set lists that are going to be like nice for everybody else. So it's a great concept, but it's a lot of work. So if you're not prepared to do a lot of work and be frustrated and do it for the love, then it may not be the thing for you. What inspires you to play guitar? I love it. It's a passion. I love it. And how do you get through the struggles at times? I put my head down and I trudge through it, bro. Like it happens to everybody. So there are times that I just, you know what, I'm tired, I'm frustrated. I put it down, I take a break and I may come back to it. If it's not the same day, maybe the next day or so. But that's part of the process. I realize everybody goes through it at every level. Even your favorite guitarists go through it at every level. So nobody is exempt from that. You know what I'm saying? Is the process of arranging for live music difficult? It can be. It definitely can be. Some people are like, just have a knack for programming live arrangements. Some people are they do too much. Some people don't do enough. So you got to find that good mix. So yeah, it can be challenging for sure. All right, I'm gonna take one more question and then I'm gonna play y'all out. Play y'all this vibe that I worked on yesterday and I really like. I took the guitar part out just so I could play the guitar part. But the only thing I did not do on this as drums, I just found a drum loop. But the bass, I did the bass and I will do the guitar part live. Let's vibe out. Let's do it. Let's do it. Don't say less. Say less. All right, here we go. Alrighty, listen, I'm gonna have some more fun before the game comes on, man. I love you guys. Listen, if you subscribe to this channel, go ahead and do so. Click the bell to be notified because from time to time, I'm going to be hopping on here, sharing valuable information that's going to help you guys grow as guitarists. If you want to do an even deeper dive, you like the stuff I do here, but you want to go even deeper, I highly suggest that you go to kerryscamp.com. That is KERRYSKAMP.com. Especially somebody just said something about lessons on hammer-ons. I have lessons on hammer-ons. We have over almost 600 videos and we're climbing because I'm constantly adding to the site. We have so many bonuses on there. You have the video chord library on there. You have acoustic R&B course on there. You have gospel guitar master classes on there. You have Kerry's Corner where I talk to a lot of the industry's best guitar players that are really sharing information that you don't normally get when you're just in a classroom setting or even in a clinic setting, that you get. And also, if you're a member of Kerry's Camp, you get to ask questions to these guys. So I'm telling you, so this is one of the benefits plus more benefits that you get to have, and you're gonna get to have me as a mentor. So it doesn't matter if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. I'm gonna help walk you through this journey so that way you can play with your full potential and have fun and continue to network and build your brand, because that's what it's all about. Love you guys. Roll Tide. Have a great time, and I'll see you guys next time.